So I thought I would do a wee check-in as I've come to the last session of the Blood on Beats like songwriting stuff I've been doing with a really amazing cohort of people. And yeah, I haven't really checked in this week. I've kind of been very much like in a creative space, at least from the point of view of like a lot of melodic ideas coming through, a lot of like freestyle ideas coming through. Um, and yeah, like I would have definitely liked to have done more writing this week. Um, and yeah, that's just it's been busy because I've been volunteering, doing artist liaison stuff for Celtic Connections, so that's in full swing. But also, yeah, that in itself too has been so far like just great to be immersed in that space, in the live space with all of the beautiful chaos that comes with that going on. And just appreciating the organization and yeah, like all the people, all the work that goes into bringing live music to an accessible, presentable format for people. So yeah, immersion is so far is the theme of January, I think. And yeah, so there's lots of energies to bounce off of. But yeah, this yesterday was like the last session. And I'm like, part of me is like, oh no, feeling like a bit sad about that, and a bit kind of like vulnerable as well. Of like, you've been part of like a space where there are like teachings. When I say teachings in like the deepest sense of the word, because like a lot of the conversations that have been shared have just been so like soul food, so nourishing. And yeah, like it's really been a pleasure to like carve out that space and to um to set aside that time and to be also like in community with other people that are kind of all seeking something similar, a bit of support, a bit of solidarity, a safe space to like talk about creative practice and share and soundboard ideas, and then a collective focus with like one person that's like holding the space and offering support. So I cannot understate like how valuable it is to as a creative practitioner, whatever your discipline, to like be able to benefit from those kind of spaces. And yeah, it's just again like shout out to Bex, because yeah, this wouldn't have been possible without your support. So I really am very, very grateful for that, and I really hope and pray that all of the like the soul soup that I've been consuming and swimming in over the last like 4 weeks is really gonna pay forward, not only in my like own creative work, but like hopefully in the teaching spaces that I like offer and hold as well. Because yeah, what I share in those spaces with like in relation to voice work stuff is directly informed by like my own creative practice. So yeah, and so I don't know if there's anything much to share in like the written form, because I kind of want to get into this habit of yeah, maybe approaching like the way that I'm writing and introducing that into like a finished song type of idea in a different way. Um, you know, like maybe recording as I go along, or yeah, I don't know. There's like I feel I feel like the arson of potential, you know, route ways in the toolkit is, you know, it's in some senses expanded, and then in other senses um it's like refined and realigned or sharpened my focus on you know, where the strengths are, and also like what I could be capitalizing on more, and also just reminding myself that there are like multiple route ways into like, you know, the construction process, which helps because like if you're going through like any period of like block for whatever reason, if you then have like an array of tools that at least help to try and like keep bringing you back to that like focus, it's kind of, you know, akin to like the practice of meditation where you're like trying to just have a moment of stillness, but like holding awareness, you know, in the moment, and then your mind is being diverted elsewhere. It's kind of like, yeah, tools to kind of keep you on track and keep you aligned with what you're trying to do. So yeah, I don't actually I don't think I have anything to share because I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm just very much like in reflection mode, and feel really like saturated with all of that, and like the extent to which, you know, the conversations that have emerged out of this space, and also just other people's willingness to share like their own ideas that are coming forward. It's like they all merit being listened to again, you know, with a fresh pair of ears, and, you know, like as you're transitioning out of a space, hopefully feeling, you know, more open-hearted and open-minded than when you went in, as a result of like building like trust with other people. Yeah, nice to hear what you've already heard, but with more openness, with more awareness. And I'm certain that on some level there will be an expansion of like the dynamic of that group, and that will continue to be a sharing space for everybody that's been involved with that in some shape or form, and that is exciting as well. Just, you know, I think it's something that has come up in observation, but, you know, it's ever more vital that we find these meaningful ways to connect and create community, given the context of like the current social cultural climate, and the pressures that we are under through like this modern strange way of living. So yeah, I like really welcome spaces that then feel authentic, and they feel, you know, like, okay, this is a place, this is for me. I feel comfortable and safe here to like be fully present and fully, you know, myself. I think, yeah, it's as social creatures we need a degree of that like recognition, and like the word that keeps coming back there, which I've been reminded of gratefully, is like that, you know, that soul connection. So yeah, Soulful Sunday musings is kind of, yeah, today's feelings. But yeah, I'm gonna, I think, you know, keep on checking in with some sort of accountability practice in regards to being in a writing space, being in a focused like creative space, just because yeah, it'll be interesting to look back on, and also, you know, if it happens to open up further conversations with people, or, you know, lead to people asking questions or being more curious about, you know, what I'm actually doing, all the better. And you know, if it opens up dialogues kind of beyond that for other reasons as well, I think, you know, it's all good stuff. So yeah, I'll check in again soon.